and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about what I've been doing to prepare for sixth form. So for those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Ella and I have just finished year 11. I got my GCSE results last week, and so obviously over the summer I've done a few things to prepare myself for year 12. So the A-levels that I have decided to take are maths, further maths, chemistry and physics. So yeah, they're quite scientific ones, but I'm sure that most of this could be applied to any other A-levels. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing that I have been using over the summer are the Head Start to A-level books by CGP. So I have the maths, chemistry and physics ones, which kind of makes sense given that I'm taking maths, chemistry and physics. But I have found these really helpful. So I'll just show you a little bit of what they're like. So for the maths one, obviously it's a bit different because it's a bit of a different subject. It's just got some worked examples and then some questions at the bottom. And yeah, I found this super helpful. I have worked through the whole thing. It didn't take me that long to do, but obviously it would be smarter to spread it over the whole summer. So yeah, these, I think this says it was $5.95, but I'm pretty sure I didn't pay that much for it. I think I got it from Amazon, and if I remember, I will leave a link down below. But one really helpful thing is at the beginning, if you don't have as much time as I did, it has a diagnostic test. So it just goes over pretty much all the topics you did at GCSE, and there are questions on everything. So then you could complete that and just complete the parts of the A-level one which you think you would struggle with. So then the chemistry and physics ones obviously much more similar because they are both sciences. So yeah, they're all different colours, which is helpful for identification purposes. But anyway, these are more just like, it's a bit like just a revision guide. So it's got the information and then questions at the bottom. So what I've really noticed with these is it goes over all the GCSE content, or most of it, not everything. And then it just takes it a little bit further. So if, for example, in chemistry, let's find a good example. With acids and bases, obviously you know most of the stuff about them, but then it's talking about them being proton donors and acceptors, which isn't in the GCSE syllabus. So they're not too difficult to get your head around, but it is also starting to introduce you to A-level concepts. And on the same sort of note, for the physics one, again, it's about the same in that it takes GCSE concepts and just takes them a bit further. The thing I've noticed with the physics one is it seems to basically unsimplify the maths. So where before you've just used like forces and assumed that they're parallel, it will then make you use trigonometry and sine and cosine rules. Don't worry if you don't know what I'm talking about yet. Yeah, you just started to use some more complex maths in the in physics scenarios. So along with the Head Start books, I decided to make notes on them. This isn't because I'm planning to like learn everything in them, but I wanted to like perfect my note-taking technique before I started sixth form. So I just used this W.H. Smith's notebook, just pretty basic. And so yeah, I just took notes on it. So as you can see, I was just kind of playing around with my structure of how I took my notes, and actually I've stuck with the one that I came up with first, but this is nowhere near what I used to take GCSE. So yeah, these are just some chemistry ones on atomic structure. So yeah, that's just a bit of a thing of how I make my notes, and then I'll give you an example of, and then here's a page of physics ones. So like I said, you're using trigonometry where normally you'd have assumed the quantities were linear. So yeah, I just made some notes on them. And then on the same sort of note as that, I also made some flashcards on them. So these are in quite a similar style to my notes. I just bought these rings, I think they're from Amazon, to keep them together. So I've just got on the front the title, so first one's velocity and displacement for physics. And then on the back it has the information. So the way I've done my flashcards is they have quite a lot of information on, but it's almost more of a blurting technique. So yeah, they're just continue. Yeah, so made flashcards on the Head Start to A-level guides because I'm planning to use flashcards for revision throughout my A-levels. So again, I wanted to perfect my flashcard making technique. And in case you haven't noticed, I've also colour coded it, so I've decided to make physics blue, chemistry purple and maths green, for no particular reason other than you'll see that probably in later videos. So I did then also, as I said, complete all of the questions in the Head Start to A-Level Revision Guide. And for maths, just give me a second while I grab it. We were actually sent a booklet with some stuff to do for sixth form, and most of it was reading, which I will talk about in a minute. But for maths, they recommended that we use this OCR Bridging the Gap Between GCSE and AS Level booklet. It's 62 pages long, but a lot of it's like, again, quite notey, and it's not all questions, but there are a lot of questions in there, and it also has the answers in. And this was really helpful because, a bit like the Head Start guide, it covers all GCSE concepts. It doesn't really explain anything new, but it takes it that little bit further. So yeah, it's just getting your head around what you're going to have to do next year. So yeah, I just did all of those in this little notebook. As you can see, I've actually done quite a lot of questions, but yeah. The final thing that I have been doing to prepare for my A-levels is actually on GCSE results day, my physics teacher recommended to check out the Isaac Physics website. Obviously this is not sponsored or anything, but yeah, it's just, if you Google Isaac Physics, it will come up, and it just has, it's a website which has just loads of questions. It has some notes. It goes, I think, all the way up to university, but it doesn't include university. And it's meant to like just really challenge physics concepts, and I've really enjoyed doing it. So again, if I remember, I will leave a link to that down below, and it's really helpful. It's very challenging. It's quite difficult actually, but again, it's good to get your head back into the kind of schooly mindset, which you've probably got out of after such a long summer. So that is everything that I've done over the summer to prepare for my A-levels. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you around here soon for more study related content. Bye!